Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's what everybody think when it comes to niche. That's what everybody think when it comes to these niches, man. Everybody think it's so easy. I'm not gonna lie. To a certain extent, it sound easy. It's cool. Like it's like I got that, bro. Like a niche. Like I already know what I want to do. And most people do. They already haven't. I didn't acknowledge the fact that I cut all the hair off my face. Pause. Okay, so look, yeah, I cut all the hair off. The hair is gone. If you didn't see that video, then go watch it. Go watch it. I'm gonna put it right here. But I'm gonna put it right here at the end of the I'm gonna put it right here at the end of the video, okay? Anyways, yeah, man. Everybody thinks that this whole niche thing is just like a walk in the park. And so that's why people kind of, I don't know. People kind of undermine it. They do. People undermine the niche. People undermine the niche. And what a niche is a focus strategy. And if you haven't seen that video, I talk about it in the part 2 of real niche strategies. And yeah, that's only related to business. Okay, when we're talking about niches, man, it gets really deep. And one of the things that I really want people to understand is that, you know, you can want to do all of these different things. You can want to do all of these different businesses. You can want to make money online. You can want to become an entrepreneur. However, the thing about that is that once you get the ball rolling, there's gonna come a point in business where you have to get a little more clarity. You have to get a little more specific. You have to get a little more. You gotta have a little bit more brand identity. And then even when setting up your company, you have to have some sense of direction in terms of where you want to go. And you're going to come into this word called niche or niche. If you come upon that word and you think it's a cakewalk, then you're going to have a little bit of some hiccups, because you're just going to think, oh, like I'm just gonna, like, all right, boom. Like honestly, and it really still depends on the way that you look at this word, right? Specifically for entrepreneurs, and I say specifically for entrepreneurs because I studied entrepreneurship for over a decade, okay? And when we're talking about niche for entrepreneurs, specifically for entrepreneurs, you're gonna come across this word, and what you're gonna find is that it's gonna be one or two things. You're gonna either think it's super easy to do, and you're just gonna continue on, okay? Or you're going to do a lot of research and spend some time on it. Or you're gonna find someone to help you with it. And all of these things is all three of those things, the skipping ahead and thinking it's easy, the getting someone to help you do it, and and research. All of those things take time. All of those things take time. And if you think it's easy, it's going to take even more time. If you think it's easy without assistance, it's going to take even more time. If you think it's easy to do research, it's going to take more time. And if you think it's easy to do alongside someone else, it's going to take more time. So what I want to help people with, what I want to help you with, if you're watching this video, I want to help you save some time. Because a lot of times we can start business and here's the thing. I'm going back and forth because I gotta hit certain points. I gotta continue to hit certain points so that y'all understand what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of businesses get started. A lot of people jump on the road of entrepreneurship. But a lot of businesses fail. More than half of businesses, 50% of businesses, fail within the first 5 years. A lot of businesses at least about half of businesses fail within the first 5 years. Understand. Most people that go into business, they're putting a lot of money down. You're going into business for yourself. You're spending your last $100, your last $1,000, your last $100,000, your last $1,000,000, whatever it is, to get started in this business. You're investing with a friend. Y'all are all pulling y'all money together. You bootstrapping, sleeping on your family's couch. You trying to find investors. You're like, and your business is your baby. And I don't have kids, so I can't relate. And I don't know what it's like to lose a child. But I know what it's like to have a business and not see that business work. And my businesses are my babies, okay? So I know what it's like to have a business and fail. I know what it's like to have a business and succeed. I know what it's like to be in business with people that you don't need to be in business with. I know what it's like to go down this rabbit hole of research on topics that you didn't really necessarily, I mean, knowledge is great, but you could have gone without it. Because sometimes ignorance is bliss. We'll talk about that another time. But I also know what it's like to think that it's easy and then have to come back and do all of the work and find out some more answers anyways, right? And in all of that, in understanding niches, people can get lost. Entrepreneurs can get lost. And if you are someone who needs help with the niches, I got you, okay? That's why I'm here, okay? You don't want to go to college. You don't want to spend all that time. You don't want to spend all that money. You probably did go to college. You probably did spend all that time. You probably did spend all that money. But, hey, you know, you still need help with this niche thing. That's what I'm here for. I got you. We're going to figure it out, okay? I'm going to save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of heartache with potential bad business partners. I'm going to save you a lot of resources so that you're clear on exactly what it is that you want to do and where you want to go with this thing, and you're not just going with the wind or the next best trend to the end. Okay. All right, cool. So when we're talking about these niches, man, these niches, these riches in the niches for entrepreneurs, what I'm gonna give you is a community. All right, I'm gonna give you a community of people that you can brainstorm with these ideas about. I'm gonna give you a community where you can ask questions about target audiences. I'm gonna give you a community where you can, you know, get more understanding about uh, your business and how you fit into the puzzle of that business, and how that business or that industry fits into who you are as a person, and make sure that, you know, you're really headed in the right direction and you're not full sprinting down the wrong path. Because again, going back to what I was saying earlier, a lot of people spend a lot of money just to jumpstart their businesses, just to get started in business, just to really go all out. You know, it takes a lot to it takes a lot, man. It takes a lot to be real. It takes a lot to it takes a lot to it takes a lot to be really invested in something and be really committed to a business, especially your business, especially your own business, your own company. You're talking about something that you want to last long term. Now, look, if you just doing something for a season, there's plenty of seasonal jobs out here. There's plenty of seasonal positions available. There's plenty of companies that are looking for people to hire just for the next couple months, just for the next 12 months, just for the next year. Plenty of contract jobs out here that'll get you what you want and get you by to the new year. But if you're talking about getting into business, right? Like, not a side hustle. Even if you do want to do a little side hustle, right? And it could be a seasonal side hustle, right? But that's still more. We thinking more long term here. And there's the difference between that finite game and that infinite game, right? Like, if it's finite, you know the rules, you know the time, and you know it's gonna be done at a certain period of time. But when it's infinite and it's something that can potentially be passed on to a friend or a great employee or a son or daughter or another family member, a cousin, or be acquired or merged with another company. Guys, we gotta take business serious. Friendship is friendship, but business is business. Okay? And you're playing with money. Like, we don't wanna come on, man. Y'all gonna get me emotional. Let me stop. Let me stop, man. Okay, let me get back to the facts. Alright. The facts are this. Most businesses fail within the first 5 years. Most businesses fail within the first 5 years. Less than 80% of businesses last longer than 10 years. So if your business is your baby, like my businesses are my babies, how long do you want your businesses to survive out here in the world? Do you want your businesses to be here today and gone tomorrow? Here today and gone within the next year? Here today and gone within the next 2 years? Do you want your business to be here today and gone after 50 years? Want your business to be here today and for the next 500 years? This is going to be the difference, right, between yourself and people that are just going into business without any type of guidance. Everybody is going to tell you just go. Everybody's going to tell you just get started. Everybody's going to tell you just try it. We're living in a world today where you may not have the ability to make a mistake and bounce back as quickly as you would like. I'll say that again. We're living in a world today where you may not have the time, energy, resources to make a mistake when it comes to doing business. I watched a video, and people have been proving this wrong since I've watched that video. It kind of messed with my mental to a certain extent, but the video, it jumped things into high gear for me. It also helped me speed up my process of getting to where I needed to go. It said, in the video basically was like, if you don't get rich by 2023, you're gonna be broke forever. That sounds crazy, right? Sounds crazy, because people are still going from 0 to 100K, and 100K to a million to da-da-da. People are still out here making money. Do not be scared. Don't be taken back and think that I'm saying, like, if you don't get rich by the end of 2024, you just ain't got it figured out. No, it's always going to be new areas in business to jump in and find ways to help the market. So, but basically what that video was saying was like, the way that the world is moving, the way that some of the inflation has been moving, the way that some things in the economy are shifting today, right now, in this era that we're living in, making a mistake, you're not going to be bad off, but you're going to have a lot more work to do if you make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake already up front, when you could just crack that book open, or watch a few of these videos, or ask a couple friends for some advice, or go to that person that you know is, subject matter expert in that field. Save yourself the hassle, man. I don't care if you like 14, 15, 16, 62, 63, 67, 68, 69, 80, 25, 30, 42, 73, 35, 48, whatever, okay? Whatever niche or niche you decide to go into, do yourself a favor and learn from the mistakes of people that are already in entrepreneurship. Do yourself a favor and learn from the mistakes of people that are already headed in the direction of where you want to go. Do yourself a favor and not make a mistake in 2024 when it comes to business. Don't make too many mistakes in 2025 when it comes to business. And the reason why I say this, right, is because it's business, fam. It's business, fam. Like, I gotta turn my chair. This is business, fam. This is entrepreneurship, fam. This is not a circus game, okay? That you can just and try again. You could just pay $1 and try again. These are people's lives. These are people's families. These is people's money. This is our economy. These are our lives, okay? This is your reputation, your identity. You don't go to the barber and then the barber mess you up and your barber just be like, "Oh, my bad, bro, I made a mistake." You're gonna be like, "Man, I'm not paying for this." I'm not paying for this, yo. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean you knocked my hairline back? What you mean you chopped it all out? What you mean my hair is what you mean you left the relaxer in too long? Ladies, like, How many times do people get to mess up on your hair or on your nails or on your car in business before you're not doing business with them anymore? Are you gonna be a side hustle entrepreneur or are you gonna be an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur. Are you gonna be a are you gonna be a I don't know. Are you gonna be somebody that like thinks about business and kind of toys with it, or are you gonna be a business owner, learn all the things, and then boom, like that's really what it boils down to. Now that's something that you gotta have in your head before we even get back into the niches, okay, and into the niches. But what I'm trying to say again is I wanna help y'all save some time when it comes to this entrepreneurial journey that you're about to go on. When it comes to this entrepreneurial journey that you're already on, maybe you're in business start right now, but you're hitting this snag. Maybe you've just started business and you're brand new and you don't know how to set up a business bank account. You don't know how to get an EIN, or you don't know how to phrase things properly, or you don't know what a target audience is. You don't know what a niche is. You don't know what focus strategy is. You don't know what CTAs are and differentiation. You don't know what a lot of these things. Maybe you don't know, but you want to get started in business. You want to make money. You want to help people. You want to serve people. You're good at what you do. You just don't know how to wrap around with the whole business stuff. You just don't know how to wrap around with the whole. You want to get commercial funding. You want to get, cash flow in. You want to have the accountants check your sheets and everything's good to go. And you have the skill. You just don't have that business background. That's okay. You don't necessarily need that. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why everybody don't have to go to college, because it's people like myself and my alumnas that have been there for you. Okay, tap in with your folks. Don't be knocking us college folks just because y'all ain't went to college, or because y'all don't want to go to college, or because y'all done dropped out of college, or whatever the story is. Okay, your favorite entrepreneur dropped out of college, or whatever, or is in cahoots with somebody from college. All right, so I promise you, I'm never gonna badmouth college. I'm a big advocate for college. Okay, for anybody at any point in your career, at any point in your life, find a school that identifies with you and that you can go to and learn from, because I ain't here to look, man. College is cool, yo. College, honestly, I don't care what nobody say about the education system, okay, and what it is and ain't learning. If they talking about the education system, if they talking bad about the education system, they're probably not, like, at the moment. They probably are. I was gonna say they're probably not directly in it, but some people be in school and still be bad mouthing school, but they still be in school. So it's like, you're still here. It's like, you're still here, right? So yeah, people that bad mouth school, that really bad mouth school, is because they're not in school. A lot of high school kids, I remember this for me specifically, like, I didn't go to school because I was trying to learn something new at that time. And for a lot of us, it was because we wanted to spend time with the people that were there. So education out the window. Let's go spend some time with our folks, with our friends, with the people that also align with where we're going. That also has to do a lot with niche and your niche. So if you even just go and search the term niche, right, what you'll find is niche.com, which is a website for helping you find a school, right? But what does that have to do with business? Not much, right? Like a lot of people think that you have to. Y'all out here thinking that y'all stressed, okay? And I was stressed too. So I when I tell you I understand it, and I know that y'all stressed is because I see it and I hear it every day. And I was also in that same position, right, where it's like, dang, like, do I have to choose between going to school or or doing this business thing? Do I go get the money or do I go learn something new? Or do I go learn something new or do I get do I go to college? Or do I go straight into the workforce? Yo, you'll never stop learning. So go learn something. You're always gonna have to make some money. So go make some money. Do both. All right. Do both. Find a way to learn while you're doing what you do. Because guess what? When you go to that job, you're gonna have to learn something new. They're gonna put you in training. They're gonna put you in class. They're gonna pay you to go to school. You're gonna get some type of credentials or some type of credit hours for whatever it is that you're going to go do. Whenever you get this job, this trade, this skill, you're gonna have some kind of modules that you have to go through and click through and all of that. So like you're like, even if you go towards money right now, you're gonna be put back in class. You're gonna be put back in training. If you have some type of skill, if you're an entrepreneur and you have some type of skill, or you're starting a business and you have a company, all right, you have to train your people. You have to teach them the values of your company, and step 1 and step 2 of how this process works, and how to interact with your customers, and how to navigate your your system and your software, whatever it is, right? So there's always this learning, teaching thing going on, this each one teach one thing going on, and then the exchange of money is happening in between. All right, so stay focused on you. Stay focused on your niche. Stay focused on serving the market. Stay focused on, and when I say stay focused on you, I mean like stay focused on remembering who you are for all of this to even work. All right, because going back to what I said before, thinking that it's easy is gonna thinking that it's easy is gonna put you into I can skip over this mindset. Or it's gonna put you into oh, this is easy, let me explore it and do what I need to do so that I can get to the next part. But it can also put you in oh, this is easy, so I can just rush through it, or I can just try something, or I can just do something, and it also causes like a mistake. Okay, so I want you to understand that getting into business, that next step, the starting part was somewhat difficult, and now, and that's easy. The picking the niche part, this is not easy, and I don't want you guys to think that this is easy. I want you to really understand and think that this is a challenge, but that you can understand and you can overcome this challenge by doing some of the things that I'm going to teach you how to do. Okay, so when it comes to niches, one, don't think it's easy. Understand that it's a challenge. You're getting started in business, or you're switching industries, getting involved with some companies, whatever it is. It's a challenge. It's a real challenge. Okay, whether it comes easy to you now over time is completely up to who you are, but it is going to be somewhat of a challenge. Number 2, again, is that whole research thing. I want to save y'all some time with doing the research and all the going down the rabbit holes of all of these things. And that third thing was getting involved with people and trends and things. All of these things, you don't want to make a mistake with any of those. Those 3 things that you don't want to make a mistake in when it comes to niches in 2024, in this era that we're going on right now, really 2025, because things are going to speed up, right? Like, see, the thing is like, I want you to imagine like you're just walking, right? And you're walking with a group of people, and y'all are walking. Well, if you stop to tie your shoe while this group of people are walking, you can stop, tie your shoe, you continue walking, and y'all group, y'all good, y'all keeping it moving. Now, imagine that you're with that group of people and you're going for a jog, right? Slight jog in the neighborhood, nothing crazy, you're just warming up the muscles, and you stop and you tie your shoe. Okay. Well, you stop, you tie your shoe, catch a little breath, catch back up with your group, you good. Okay. Now, imagine that you're doing a race, and it's a 5K, right? It's a mile race or a 5K race, a mile to 3 mile race. And you stop and you tie your shoe, or you take off. It's 500 people. You stop in some time in the race, mile 1, mile and a half. Your shoelace untied. Now, some people, if you like that, you just keep going. I don't. It's been some people like that. They just keep going. And some people are like, no, it's part of my equipment that I need in order to really see this thing through. Gotta stop and tie my shoe. Stop and tie your shoe. A couple people pass you. Now you was kind of like in the lead probably in that race. You was ahead of somebody in that race, but you stop to tie your shoe for a couple seconds, and some people pass you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people pass you, and a few of those people you're not able to catch back up to because they passed you. And them passing you gave them more momentum, because they like, bro, this dude tying his shoe. He should have had his shoes tied from the jump. He wasn't even ready for the race. There's no way you taking second place now. Like, there's no way you taking first place now. Okay, and this is just like a 5K in your city. You know what I'm saying? Now let's raise the stakes a little more, okay? Because it's 2024, and I need y'all to understand how real this is. Imagine that you're in the Olympics, and one of the Olympic runners in the middle of the race, 4x4, stops to tie their shoe. Big mistake. So understand that we're living in a time now where if you're stopping to tie your shoe at the pace that everyone is doing business and everyone is entering the business space, it's nothing wrong with that. But do you have the time for that? Do you have the resources for that? Do you have the mental fortitude to deal with an Olympic level loss right now? And if you do, be free, do business, go out here, explore, find a new video, like, have fun, just shoot, and just I don't know, just Go enjoy yourself. Right? But if you're serious about business and you don't have time for a mistake and you don't have time to waste, all right, and you are a little more conscious and aware about the state of your situation and the economy, and you want to do business and you want to do business well, and you want to measure twice and cut once instead of measuring once and cutting twice, then heed what I am saying and come along with me on this niche journey so that you're not having a double back, and so that you don't tie your shoe in the middle of the race, realizing that you're gonna lose out on the medal, you know? Now, I ain't trying to scare you. I understand there are absolutely some people out there that are freaks of nature, okay? They can be in the middle of the race, they can stop, they can tie their shoe, and then that'll give them the motivation to sprint all out and just dominate everybody, because that has happened to you before. I'm pretty sure it has happened to you in some type of situation where you've been down and out, and then you made a mistake, and then you got back up, and you did something, and you kicked into high gear, and you just completely dominated the day. Let me tell you something, all right? Business is a little different. All right, business isn't business is a lot more high stakes. All right, and yes, there are some things that we can. There are some areas where we can be, you know, but for the most part, you want to do this right. I promise you, you want to do business well. If you're getting into entrepreneurship and you're really trying to do entrepreneurship, you want to do business well. You want to do good business. If you don't have no integrity, I'm not the person for you. if you're following trends, I'm probably not the person for you. If you want to be in something today and out of it within the next, like, before you're qualified to get real business commercial funding, probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to help people start business and stay in business. Okay? I can give you plenty of great hustling tips. I was a hustler before I was an entrepreneur. Okay? I came up with all kinds of different great ideas. I know ways to fundraise. Like, if you a side hustler, that's really what you are. You a fundraiser. Okay? And that is not, that's not the bad mouth you. That's actually a better term for it, I think. As, like, instead of a side hustle, is really what you're doing is you fundraising, because you're just doing this to raise funds for whatever it is that your next purpose is. So let's start there. Let's be clear about what it is. If you're a side hustler, you're a fundraiser. So are you fundraising? Or are you doing business? Because the cool thing is like, once you're actually in business and doing business, you can create all kinds of fundraisers for your business. You can start side hustling inside of the business, right? As opposed to just side hustling all the time, fundraising all the time, GoFundMe all the time for every little thing. No. All right. So, I said all that to say, went on all of that to say that I'm super excited to invite you guys to this community. I'm super excited to give y'all some clarity. I know that there's all kinds of things and all kinds of options out there and all kinds of ways to make money out there online, and there's so many things that you're talented at that you can make money doing it. You know, you have so many options today, right? On your list of options, let's dive deeper into understanding this thing. Let's add niche onto your list of options. Because if we can get past this point, right, the door is just like double doors, just like that. Like you ain't even walking. You're not you're not peeking through the door anymore. You're not like pushing one of the doors open and peeking to see if this is it. You're like both swinging doors wide open. You know, you're not checking in and then like peeking and then going in there and then like, oh, this ain't for me, and then walking out, going to another bar, like, okay, last time I swung the right one open, next time let me swing the left one open and peek in here and see what's going on in here and you know, let me just see what y'all got going on. Let me see what y'all got going on. And this ain't it. Let me go somewhere else. No, really, like when we get clear on this, you're gonna be kicking through doors like it's exactly where you're supposed to be. And the cool thing about this is that it doesn't just apply to business. I know a lot of people want to make money online. I know a lot of people want to get started in entrepreneurship. I know that. The reason why I know that is because I started studying over 10 years ago. I started studying this thing over 10 years ago. So I know that it's something that a lot of people want to do. I know that it's something that's becoming even more common now in 2024. And I know that a lot of us don't have time to make mistakes. A lot of us don't have time and resources to just be throwing here and there and wasting on these investments and getting in with these, you know, like we don't have time for that. You need to be in the right place. You need to be with the right team. You need to hire the right team. You need to be in a position in the beginning from the start to go down the path that you want to, man. And yo, it just got me thinking about some scripture. It just got me thinking about scripture, man. Like, so I went to the famous Charleston Southern University. Used to be called Southern Baptist College or Baptist College. Yeah. So yeah, Southern Baptist College, also known as Charleston Southern University. Started in 1964. Southern Baptist College. Super dope. When we graduate from college, we get a Bible. We get a custom Bible from the school. The graduates is what we get. Now, if you know the scripture, leave it in the comments below, because I'm not gonna like dig through this to try to find exactly where the scripture is, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But there is scripture in the Bible that talks about foundations. When you're starting your business foundation, what do you want your foundation to be built upon? Do you want it to be built upon trends, things that are like the sand that wash up and wash away? Do you want it to be built on something long term, something strong, something formidable that's going to withstand the test of time? And regardless of if you're building a sandcastle, a beautiful sandcastle, by the way, or if you're building a moat, I don't know. You still want it to be a good one. Still want it to be a good one, okay? And yeah, doing this, checking off this box, it's gonna save you a lot of time, a lot of energy. A lot of people don't want to go to. To school, or pay for school, or pay for coaches and coaching and mentorship. But see, here's the thing, man. I point after point after point every time. Okay, I want y'all to really slow down. Just pause for a second before you jump out here into this business world, before you jump into another business, before you jump into another team, before you jump into another area that you just don't align with and don't belong, or that just isn't for you. Now, in one of my videos, I talked about, frequency and alignment and just being, and how cool it is to be in the same place with somebody on earth at the same time, because it's very rare. Out of everywhere that you could be right now on earth, you're in your living room, in your office, watching this video, on a run watching this video right now at this time, and you and I are interacting. Or you're in class at this school, in this city, in this town, at this time of day, with this person, learning how to, how to do algebra. Out of everywhere that you could be in the world, right? So understand that, like, if you're in a space like that, it's like very uniquely designed for you to almost be there. And the timing is just like has to be impeccable, right? The for someone to call you same time you think about it, for someone to text you right when you was about to text them, it's gotta be like, time has gotta be impeccable, right? The world has to just, align for you to be on a business call with somebody in a different country and be doing international business, and y'all both be wide awake and alert and ready to go. So slow down so that you can build the momentum that you need to jog and then compete and then win. Slow down so that you don't make the mistakes that people have already made. Slow down so that you are not making the same mistake over and over and over again. We got to be people of we don't have to be anything, but one thing that I do understand is that there is a bit of learning to be done. And a lot of us, we want to go out here and we want to go into business, and we think we can just learn when we get there. And that is definitely true to a certain extent. But again, understand the era and the times that we're living in now. That was the case back then. This is a little different now. If you're getting into a group or a job or a community or something like that, there is a certain little bit of like something that you gotta have before you had walked into that room. Even if you go and work at PetSmart, you gotta at least like the animals or something. You gotta at least like be okay with being around pets for an extended period of time. Even if you go work at a fast food place, like, how many other fast food places have you worked so that we can get you going? Even if you go work in corporate, okay, like, what are your numbers? How much real business have you done? So understand that it's the same thing with entrepreneurship, okay? I don't want y'all to go out here and rush and make all these investments into these different places and groups and communities and things like that before you know exactly where you need to be. And in order to do that, there's a kind of like a screening or a vetting or an assessment that goes on, and it's going to happen within yourself, and it's also going to happen within the areas that you're looking to get into. Okay, because the one thing that, and I haven't read out of this, but I highlighted this, and it's real interesting, right? Because I've had this book now for over a year. I've had this book, this specific Bible. I got another Bible, personal Bible, and I also have a Bible that's that I use on the app. I've got the Bible app, so I use that one too. But it's real interesting that I only have this one passage in this whole thing highlighted, because I don't want you guys to make promises to yourself or to your family or to anybody that you can't keep. I want you to be able to keep your word. All right, so I'm gonna read this. Try not to get frightened, but me reading this really helped me get a little more clarity, get a little more into my niche, and get a little more get a little more serious about what it is that I'm putting out there to be doing. Okay? Cool. So, whoo. Now, I wanna look up the New Century Version, because I like reading the New Century Version. This right here is the New American Standard Bible. So if you want to read it that way, you can. But I also like the New Century Version. As a matter of fact, I ain't gonna look it up. I'm gonna just read it to you straight out the book, the way that I read it when I first got it. And it's not this whole thing, but it's just gonna be this square right here. Okay, if you want to go back and do your own research on those passages before that, you can. You'll find some interesting things in this book, this chapter specifically. But this area, talking about niches, right, and how it relates, wrapping it all up, says, when you make a vow to the Lord your God, you shall not delay to pay it, for the Lord your God will certainly require it of you, and it will be a sin for you. However, if you refrain from making vows, it will not be a sin for you. You shall be careful and perform what goes out of your lips, since in fact you have vowed a voluntary offering to the Lord your God, whatever you have promised. I'm going to read that one more time, but I'm going to read it faster. When you make a vow to the Lord your God, you shall not delay to pay it, for the Lord your God will certainly require it of you, and it will be a sin for you. However, if you refrain from making vows, it will not be a sin for you. You shall be careful and perform what goes out of your lips, since in fact you have vowed a voluntary offering to the Lord your God, whatever you have promised. What did I take from that? I took from that man, look, do what you say you're gonna do. Do what you promised yourself you were gonna do. Fulfill that contract that you wrote with yourself. That thing that you promised God you was gonna do. If you just got XYZ and then you got XYZ and you got a promise to make that you said you was gonna do. That all those promises that you made to yourself, all those promises that you made to your family, all those times you maybe overpromised and underdelivered, guess what? It's time to deliver on those things that you promised yourself. All those businesses you said you were going to do and start, that company you said you was going to get off the ground, you're gonna do it. You got to do it. Because you promised yourself that you were going to do it. You promised somebody that you were going to do it. You made a vow. And you have to fulfill it. So the reason why I'm saying slow down, guys, the reason why I'm saying understand the type of foundation at least that you even want to make, whether that be a fundraiser or whether that be a long-term thing, is because whatever you decide to get into, you're gonna get thrown into it. You're gonna get thrown into that world. And it's gonna take a lot for you to really adjust and adapt and want to be in that space and show up well in that space and understand that you belong in that space. It's gonna take some, if you wanna do that, you want to get started in business, and you're making all these promises, you gotta want to do this. You gotta want to be a person of your word, because if not, you're gonna be stressed out about all of the things that you said that you were gonna do that you didn't do. A lot of times people are stressed because they can't keep their word. And basically what this is saying is like, you're going to carry your sins. Your promises are your sins. They're like your, I don't know, like your ticket into the door, almost. But if you refrain, and that's why I said if you refrain from saying certain things or making certain promises, then it won't be a burden for you. It won't be something that you have to carry. Burdens ain't bad, all right? Sins ain't, it don't have to be a bad thing. You don't have to look at it like it's a bad thing. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like, I picked this, I chose this, I vowed to do this. This is something I absolutely want to do. Yeah, I want to run 100 races. Heck yeah, I want to make 1,000 phone calls. Heck yeah, I want to, paint 1 million pictures. Heck yeah, I want to, release 500 songs, whatever it is. Heck yeah, I want to sell 1 million records. Heck yeah, I want to do da-da-da-da. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what it is that you promise yourself. I don't know what it is that you promise your family. I don't know what it is you promise God. Maybe you promised that you was going to do a certain amount of money. Maybe it was like a certain number of creations or a certain number of messages or a certain number of pages that you're writing for a book. All right. But whatever it is that you promised, all right, that's your burden to carry. If you refrain from making promises, then you can focus on the ones that you already promised yourself you would do, right? So part of understanding that niche and understanding what it is like, to a certain degree, you kind of already know what you want to do, maybe. But we're living in a world now where everything's really quick and fast-paced. A lot of things are happening at once. A lot of moving parts. Okay. Dang, man, I'm trying not to go off onto another tangent, but it's just like, I gotta say this now. You get into a job, right? And nowadays, right? And how many people are working that job with you? That job with you. 1, 2, maybe. And they tell you that we're gonna cross train you. But we're not gonna pay you more for the cross training. Like, it's just but we're gonna cross train you. All right. And so you got into this job thinking you were gonna do this. It ended up not even being what you were gonna do, and then they cross trained you to do something else that wasn't even what you had planned to do from the jump. And so now you got these, and you're still trying to figure out what it is that you was trying to do from the jump, because that's what you came for. So now you got 3 different things again and 3 new skills again, and three more paths again of doors that just open to you, and you have to make a decision. And a lot of times we get stuck in analysis paralysis, and we get stuck in what's comfortable, and we get stuck in the decision making process because we have this idea and we're doing what works now because we've been kind of cross-trained to do it, and now we're good at it, or we know exactly what we want to do, but it's kind of missing the icing on the cake. Like, we know the cake is baked, but it's missing the icing. There's plenty of doors, and you just want to pick the right one. And there's plenty of doors. You go to all of them, and all of them are available to you, but you only have like one key in your pocket. And in order to get to the next door, you got to figure out which key this door goes to first, so that you can get the key to unlock the next door. And that's the game of life that we're playing right now. That's the game of life that's going on in business right now. And what I want to do is give you the correct door to go to with that key that you have in your hand, so that you can get the key to go to the next door. Now, this is just one thing, right? Because you created all of these doors. You have all of these doors in your life. You have all of these promises that you made. You have all of these vows that you took. You have all of these things that, you know, that you want to do. You have all of these talents and these ways that, you know, you want to make money in the world. You have all these grandiose ideas. You have all these dreams and desires built up inside of you. And now you have to figure out how to bring that to the forefront. So again, this is going to be not easy. It's going to be a challenge, but there's a way that we can make it fun. Part of the way that we can make it fun is by getting into community with each other. So I have the niche community on school. And if you want to be a part of the people that are coming along on this journey, join. Get the help that you need. Don't waste time trying to do it alone and then backtrack. Don't waste time joining the wrong spaces and then realizing that it wasn't, you know, a fit for you. Let's dive deep into the real business, the real entry-level entrepreneurship, the real starting point, the real focus strategy, okay? Because it's infinite ways that we can go, right? But a lot of people right now I know are using this term in terms of business. And because I study business, that's why I want to help people in this area. But it goes further than that, you know. Niche can be love. Isn't there a certain type of person that you're looking for? It's the same thing with business. Niche can be food. Isn't there a certain types of food that you eat and certain types of things that you stay away from? It's the same thing. Niche, like I mentioned earlier, niche.com can be with the type of education that you want, the type of schools that you want to go to, the type of colleges that you want to be at. And so it's not just business. And in this community, we'll be diving into a lot of those different things, and we'll be giving you a real in-depth understanding of what this niche thing is very quickly, so that you can get over the hurdle of this niche thing and get into exactly where you need to be. You can get over this hurdle of this niche snag and stop second guessing your direction in life. So you can get over the hurdle of this niche thing and, you know, really pull out the uniqueness of yourself and also help other people that are going through the same thing. Because, you know, maybe you're not doing, maybe you really actually genuinely do want to help people. And that's another reason why I'm making this community too. You know, it's also for people that have studied business and want to help other people in business. Also for people that have business background in a certain industry or a certain area of business, and you know what it's like to be a entry level actor, and you haven't even created a portfolio or taken your first headshots yet, but you're now, you know, in the entertainment industry and you're making strides, or you're now in the modeling industry and you're taking strides. Like, I know what that's like. And it's people that help me. You know, it's people that can help you. There are people in the community that you can help because there's probably something that you transition from. Whether you're young, 14, 15, and you're super good at this and you're ready to go to the next thing, or you're a little older, or you're a little, like, and you've done it all, and you have all this bag of knowledge, right? So that's part of what the community is for. And I play the I'm just orchestrating the whole thing, and you guys are the music. You guys are the sound. You guys are what's going to make this thing run smoothly. You know, with me being able to help you and teach you exactly how to, you know, hold that instrument and play that note, and when to do that, and this and that, when it comes to this entire when it comes to this entire piece that we're performing. And you guys can help me with what I got going on. You can help me help you. There's going to be brainstorming sessions. All right, we're going to get in, we're going to actually talk to each other. It's not just going to be me giving you all the answers. You're going to be talking to each other. You guys are going to bounce ideas off of each other, because there are certain things that I don't know. I'm not a chef. Okay, I can cook in the studio. I can cook up a nice business idea. I can cook you up some scripture. Okay, I could probably even cook you up like some 5 pancakes. But when it comes to like actual culinary arts, that's not me. Right? But maybe I can have a conversation with you and understand that you don't need to be working at PetSmart. You need to be getting things ready for this food truck that you really want to do. You need to be getting ready to get this commercial location for this restaurant that you want to build. Let me get you in touch with some real estate guys. Let's get this business checking account set up. Let's figure out where we can find these ingredients in the equipment and stuff that you need. Why are you still grooming pets? You don't even like cats. You're allergic to lizards. Like, what are you doing? You don't even like, this ain't it, right? Why did you spend money here? You're Guys, understand that every time that we're somewhere that we're not supposed to be, we're taking somebody's spot that is supposed to be there, right? Get out of the way of somebody's way that's supposed to be in that area. It's okay. It's okay. All right. And again, I had somebody tell me that, you know, exactly where you are in the world right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. And I love that. It's very prolific saying, because it makes you present, understand that you're mindful, aware, and in the moment, which is great. I love that, right? You are supposed to be exactly where you're supposed to be, right? You are exactly where you're supposed to be. However, a lot of us do want to make transitions. A lot of us know that maybe where we are right now isn't where we want to be, even if it's where I need to be. Because where I'm supposed, it's like, maybe it is where I need to be. This business probably wouldn't be operating without you. This company wouldn't be, the world wouldn't be going around without you, right? But let's slow down and really align ourselves with our purpose, our promises, and our true positions in life. And I think we can do that by getting clear on these niches. So I think I've said enough today. I think y'all get the point. Any questions? I don't know. Comment below. Let me know. Let me know. This is what I went to school for. This is why I studied martial arts. This is why I got into film and the military and all these other great things. So, guys, yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having fun being one of one. You're one of one. You're super unique. You can have fun too. You can be having fun with this too. You can be having fun with your life. You can be having fun in your niche. You can be having fun on your journey, and be content with the areas in life that are disruptive. You can live a harmonious life. You can stop bouncing from place to place. You can get somewhere and know that that's exactly where you're supposed to be. And be okay with being 100% fully committed, regardless of whatever else is going on in the world around you. You cannot be envious of somebody else making money in their industry and feel like you have to switch just because that thing is going on over there. You can focus. You can be focused on you. You can be focused on your target audience. You can be focused on your niche, your niche. And that's pretty much all I got, man. That's pretty much all I got. So, man. I love this, man. I love this. I'm glad that y'all spent the time with me today. Y'all was with me before the sun came up, for real. So if you still in here now, you got to watch the sunrise with me while we chopped it up about business. And time is currently for me. What time is it for me? Time for me currently is 8:59 a.m. which is 8:59 a.m. which is Eastern Standard Time, but I'm not on Eastern Standard Time. I'm actually on UTC. So that's, I guess I'm always on, I'm always wherever I'm at, but the main clock that I go off now is UTC. And the main reason that I do that is because I'm on school. Okay? I'm on school. So definitely check that out. Check out the group. Check out the community if you haven't already. www.school.com//niche or niche. And that's school with a K. Okay? So thank you guys for helping me get through this and helping me help you get through this. It's 5:50. Oh no, my bad. It's why am I tripping? Like, I'm looking at the clock and I'm just trying. I don't really look at that clock because I just look at the calendar because the calendar just has the time on it, and I know exactly what time it is if I check the calendar. Boom. I can tell y'all, cause I just don't want to be wrong about the time. If we're wrong about the time, everything's off. Okay, cool, yeah. So it is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means it's actually 1 p.m. in the coordinated universal time, or universal time, which is the 00 clock that that's just the world clock. So that's one thing. I got 2 watches. I'm like Spy Kids. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic, a whole nother thing. But yeah, the reason why I'm doing that is so that, I can be squared away with what's going on online with school, and so that I can be squared away in the time zone of where I am geographically. And if you guys want to do business and you want to stay in business, free game right here, and you want to stay in business for a long time, one of the ways that can ensure that you're able to stay in business for a long time is the same thing I mentioned in the last video, which is having the ability to be able to do international business. And in order to do international business, you kind of got to be in sync and aligned with people who are just now waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning here where I am, and people that are on opposite sides of the world that are in the middle of their day, and they've already started and completed their morning routine, or they're getting ready for bed when you're waking up. So you got to be kind of aware. But if you can do that in your business and in your company, that is one of the best ways to ensure that your business will be able to stay around for a long period of time, because you'll be able to interact with all kinds of people from all over the world that may be able to help you with exactly what you need. So this community is one that is going to be operating on the world clock, and you'll be able to tap in with me in the community, and it's gonna be multiple calendar events that can coordinate with you wherever you are in the world. So even if you're not on the New York time in America where I am, you're not on the Eastern Standard Time that I am in, it doesn't matter, because I'm on the world clock, baby. I'm on the world clock. We're on the world clock. We're on the world clock, guys. So that's all I got to say. It's been a smooth hour and 18 minutes. I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.